Hello everyone, welcome to IELTS orientation webinar. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome all of you to today's orientation. Whether you are a student planning to study abroad or a professional aiming to build an international career or simply someone who's curious about global opportunity, well, you have taken the right step by being here with me today. I am Shweta Chauhan. I'll be your guide and presenter through this interactive session on International English Language Testing System, widely known as IELTS. Over this next hour, we'll explore everything you need to know about this widely recognized test. Its structure, its strategy, preparation, assessment criteria, and how this test can open door to your work, to your study, or migration across more than 140 countries. Before we dive in, let's take a moment to understand why IELTS matters so much in today's world. Well, in an era where communication defines success and English has become the language of opportunities, government, authorities, universities, employers, they all heavily rely on IELTS, not just to assess your English ability, but to measure how effectively you can communicate in real world in practical situations. IELTS is just not a test, but a bridge connecting your dream to reality. By end of this session, I believe you are gonna have a clear roadmap to your IELTS preparation and how this test fit perfectly into your academic and professional goals. So once again, welcome to the webinar, and let's take a step toward your journey and let's set a target toward your dream IELTS score and ultimately your global goal. Well, first thing first, what exactly is IELTS? Well, it stands for International English Language Testing System. It assesses a person's ability to communicate in English across all key major modules, be it speaking, listening, reading, or writing. And this test is accepted by over 11,000 institutions, universities, government authorities, workplace in countries like United Kingdom, New Zealand, Australia, Canada. IELTS comes in two versions. There's one for academic purpose and then there's one for general training. Now, academic purpose is for students applying for universities through scholarship or professional training, and general training is for those migrating, settling abroad, or working abroad. Now, these two versions test your ability to communicate in English through 4 core modules: listening, reading, writing, speaking. Listening, its duration is for about 30 minutes and it tests your understanding of spoken English. Then comes the reading part. It lasts about an hour and it tests your comprehension skills and your vocabulary knowledge. And then comes the writing part. It also lasts an hour and it tests how well do you express yourself in English. And then comes the speaking part. It lasts for about 11 to 15 minutes. It's like a face-to-face interview and it tests how fluent you are and your command over pronunciation and how effective your communication is well. And in a day, you have to take like writing, reading, listening together in a single day, and speaking part could be taken by you a week before or after the test. Now here's the thing you need to remember, that IELTS does not test your grammar knowledge. It's all about how natural you communicate in English in real world. It does not ask you about your fancy words knowledge, how strong your vocabulary is, or how well do you know grammar rules. It's all about how effectively you communicate. Now, let's talk about scoring, the famous band system. IELTS is a score on a scale of 0 to 9, where band 9 means you are an expert user. Band 8 means you are a very good user. Band 7 implies you are a good user. And band 6 means you are a competent user. Each section, reading, listening, writing, speaking, gets a separate score, and the overall band score is an average of all four. For example, if you get 7 in reading, 7.5 in listening, 6.5 in writing, and 7 in speaking, your overall band is 7. And now you also have to understand like what is the purpose of your IELTS test, because there are separate target goals. Like if you're applying for university, mostly university ask for 6.5 to 7.5 band. If you are applying for workplace, then they ask for about 7 band or more. And if you're applying through scholarship, then you might need 7.5 or more. Okay, so these are the target goals. Do know what's your goal, because then it will help you to create a strategic preparation plan. Now let's discuss about those 4 modules separately, what to expect and how to prepare smartly. So let's tackle the listening part first. The listening part lasts for about 30 minutes and you'll be having to answer 40 questions, and you'll be hearing conversations and monologues in various accents. It can be British accent, American accent, Australian or Canadian. Now here's what you can do. Here's some tips that I would love to share, is that always read question before listening and try to predict what answer could fit the question and what you might be hearing, right? And if you miss something, then do not panic, just move forward. And always pay attention to the spelling, because every error could cost you a mark. And to prepare the listening part, you can listen to English podcasts, you can listen to BBC Radio or TED Talks. These things will help you a lot preparing the listening part. Now let's deal with the reading part. Reading part includes 3 long passages and 40 questions to tackle within 60 minutes. Now it's not a test of knowledge, but it's a test of information hunting. So what you can do is skim the passage for general idea and try to focus on keywords that could give you a crucial point or something which is important in the passage or from which the question might appear. All right, and try to understand the paraphrasing, because IELTS often change the wording. And manage your time. Now it's a very important thing, because you'll be dealing with 3 long passages and 40 questions in 60 minutes. So manage your time efficiently. You can distribute like 20 minutes each passage. Now to prepare the reading part, make sure you're having your regular reading of English news articles, you're reading short English general, and you'll be noticing that by doing these all things, you are building a speed and comprehension skill. Now it's time for the writing part. The writing session lasts for 60 minutes as well, and you'll be having to deal with 2 tasks in it. If you're going for academic version of IELTS, the first task of yours will be to describe a graph, chart or diagram. And in the second task, you will be writing an essay, presenting your opinion or your argument. But if you're going for the general training version, your first task will be to write a letter. It can be formal or informal. And in the second part, in the second task, you'll be asked to write essay with similar format. Okay, so before you start your writing part, try to take out first 5 minutes planning on what you about to do, what you're about to write, and how are you gonna express yourself. All right, and plan the structure like introduction, body, conclusion. All right, and it's gonna test your coherence, so focus on clarity and logic, because these two things are gonna help you score higher marks than complicated English words or fancy words. Always keep clarity and coherence over complexity. Now comes the speaking part. Speaking test is a 3-part interview which lasts about 15 minutes. Now in a 3-part, number 1, there will be introduction. General question will be asked from you about yourself, your routine. It's totally about you. The second one is cue card. You will be given 1 minute to prepare, and then you have to speak about it for like 2 minutes. And in the third part, it's like discussion. You'll be having to answer abstract questions. Now, it's one of the shortest tests, and it can grab you a lot of marks if you try to prepare it smartly. Now here, what you gotta do is try to speak, not perform. Okay? Try to speak naturally. Do not sound robotic. And always keep a smile, maintain eye contact, and if you make a mistake, then correct yourself confidently, but keep talking. If you want to prepare for the speaking part, you can start by recording yourself or practicing before mirror, and you'll see that how speedily your fluency improves. Now that we have explored all these 4 modules, now let's talk about some preparation strategies. You see how to prepare effectively but stay consistent. Because IELTS is not about studying super hard a week or a night before. It's all about building habits gradually. For instance, if you want to give 1 month to IELTS, what should your 1 month roadmap look like? In the first week, start familiarizing yourself with the pattern, structure, and exposure. Start exposing yourself to English daily. In the second week, I'm sure you'll be having enough ideas about what are your strongest points and where do you make mistakes the most, right? So try to prioritize your weakest point and practice. In the third week, you can take full mock test and see where are the errors and analyze them. In the fourth week, try the 3R method. You can review your feedbacks and refine your strategies and rest. Okay? Do not panic, do not cram. IELTS success comes from planning, habit, not panic. You can watch English TV shows with subtitles. You can join mock speaking session to boost your confidence, and try to read English news articles and journal to boost your confidence. As we have discussed our preparation strategies, now let's talk about some myths and mistakes that might hold people back. Number 1, you lose marks for your accent. It's not at all true. If your pronunciation is clear, your speech is coherent, any accent is fine. You're not gonna lose marks for that. Number 2, you need to use big words to get band 9. It's not true. What you must focus on is the natural flow of your communication, how effectively you communicate in real life. It's all about that. And number 3, native speaker must be getting band 9 always. It's not at all true. It's not necessarily true, because IELTS is all about planning, strategy, structure. It does not care about your origin. So focus on planning and familiarize yourself with the pattern. Before we end this session, I want to leave you with one message, that a large part of our success lies in our mindset. Many perform below their potential simply because they have self-doubt, they have anxiety, they underestimate themselves. Now you have to get this one thing in your head, that IELTS is not a test of your intelligence. It's a test of your strategy, your preparation, and how effectively you use English, how naturally you communicate in English. You have to target accuracy. You do not have to be perfect in it. If you study smart, practice daily, stay consistent, you'll reach your target score. Remember that every page you read, every paragraph you write, every conversation you have, this all bring you one step closer to your target score. So yeah, thanks for joining. Stay focused and go achieve that band 8 or 9.